Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be speaking to you at the 2022 Global Learning Conference. I'm Emily. I'm an occupational therapist from California. I have EDS myself, and I work with a lot of clients with EDS or who have other chronic illnesses. Today, I'll be talking about our sensory systems. When I learned about this as an adult in grad school, it basically made my whole life make so much more sense. I'm really excited to share this information with you today. A lot of this are things I really wish I had known when I was younger. I have no relevant disclosures, so let's get started. As I said, we'll be learning about our senses today. And first thing is, how many senses do we even have? Take a few seconds to think of the answer. So no matter what you were thinking, you might be right, because there's actually many right answers to this question. It depends on who you ask. Some people say you have 5 senses, and that's what you usually learn in school. But some scientists say that we have over 20 different senses. For us occupational therapists, we usually talk about having the 8 senses. You probably already know some of these, like vision, smell, taste, hearing, and touch. And touch includes things like feeling if something is hot or cold, or if something is soft or hard. Then we have the vestibular system over here on the right. Am I right side up? Am I sideways or upside down? My vestibular system knows. It tells us where our head is in space and how we are moving. It also includes things like how fast we're accelerating in a car or on a bike. Next is proprioception down in the lower left. This tells us how our body parts are moving. And finally, there's interoception. This is what we feel inside our body. Like right now, my interoception is telling me that my heart is beating faster than normal because I'm super excited to be giving this talk. It can also sense really important things like whether you're hungry or need to go to the bathroom. Each sensory system has a similar path through our body. Receptors take in information from our environment. That information is processed in the brain, and then the brain tells our body what to do. So this person with some seriously amazing purple hair hears their favorite song, and their brain tells their body, it's time to dance. You can think of your brain as being kind of like a computer. If you have too much sensory information to process, it's like a computer with too many tabs open or too many programs running. Things might get slowed down, or it may start making mistakes. Everyone processes the world differently. Some people like spicy food, some people like bland food. I like to listen to the TV really, really low, otherwise I get a headache. My brother, on the other hand, loves to have the volume really, really loud. Everyone is different, and that's okay. Sometimes our sensory processing differences can end up getting in the way, though. Like this poor dog didn't quite get their receptors, brain, and body all working together to successfully catch the ball. Oops, better luck next time, bud. If we do have trouble with sensory processing, we may need help from therapists, teachers, older siblings, or parents, and that's okay. Everyone needs help sometimes, and it's really important to ask when you do need help. One cool thing about our sensory systems is that different types of sensory information can have different effects on how we feel, how we act, and how much energy we have. In fact, if we get really good at knowing how different input affects us, it can almost be like having sensory superpowers. We can help our bodies calm down. When I need to settle down to go to sleep, I like having a hot drink and using a weighted blanket. What things make you feel calm and focused? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. We can also help our bodies get supercharged with energy. When I need some energy, I eat sour candy or listen to fast music. Think about some things that might make you feel more energized. We'll talk about this more later too. So we can become sensory detectives to figure out how different sensory input impacts us. And we can create a sensory toolbox with that information. Now, this isn't an actual toolbox that we have to lug around everywhere with us. That just wouldn't be practical. No, Our toolbox is something we keep in our mind or maybe write down. It's a collection of sensory tools we can use to regulate our energy and our mood. There's so much information out there about our sensory systems. You or your parents can scan the QR codes on the slides for some great resources. And don't worry, you don't have to do this right now. You'll have access to these slides later. Now that you know a bit about our sensory systems, you can use these worksheets to start building a sensory toolbox. The first step is doing a sensory check-in. That's where you take a minute to focus on what information you're receiving from your senses about your environment and your body. In a minute, you can try to do this right where you're sitting, and then you can write or draw what you're feeling. You can also talk to other people around you and see if they notice the same things that you did. Next, there's some ideas of different activities and sensory tools. You can color in the things that help you feel calm and circle the things that you think might give you an energy boost. Finally, you can start keeping track of your favorite sensory tools by writing them down or drawing in the boxes on the worksheet to the right. Work together to share ideas and see how your sensory tools are the same or different from your friends. If you like these workbook pages, there are a ton more online. You or your parents can scan the QR code on the first page to get the full sensory superpower notebook or workbook. Here are the sources that I used in the talk today. I hope you enjoyed getting to know your senses. If all goes well with technology and scheduling, I'll hopefully be available on video chat to answer any questions or to help with the worksheets. Thank you so much.